Hello everybody, this is Tina. Welcome back to my channel. So I'm here to bring you my latest journal. So this journal is using a combination of my symphony orchestra and my Paris Gallery kit. Obviously I've worked on this journal quite a bit in videos, so there will be quite a few elements in this kit that you will have seen. Including obviously the cover where I've kind of used the fabric collage that we kind of did the tutorial on the printing for. It's super chunky, feels beautiful, like really nice and squidgy, so I love it. I really love how it turned out. So the closure for this is literally just a long piece of lace which I've just kind of wound around it. It's super long, it's quite thin. And I just kind of wound it double round the journal. I just thought that looked really lovely. So on the outside of the journal, I've included these two bits because, to be honest, the journal was getting so huge, I just couldn't really fit anything else in there. So you've got here a beautiful tag that I made with obviously some of the background papers from the Paris Gallery and some of the fussy cut pieces also from there. And lots of lace and things and some lace trim up there. I backed it onto some kind of paper bag and then just fussy cut out a flower from one of the pieces as well to kind of tie that in. So that's a tag there. And then here I just did one of those kind of booklet style tags like what we did in my, you know, trio tags weekend on the Easter weekend. So again, it's just got some of the background page, some sheet music, one of the fussy cut pieces, a piece of the fabric that we actually printed out onto, and then I've done obviously some lace down here, little flower, and some lace tab up here with some pearl trim. And then going inside, you've just got those pockets there and a couple of pieces then from the Paris Gallery kit. So that's those. And then again, I've just got here a little journaling spot. It's just the other half of kind of this one that was printed onto the fabric. I've just kind of glued that on, left it kind of frayed, so it hopefully looks kind of a bit vintagey and, you know, really nice. And then the back is just plain. So those are your two tags that are kind of attached on the front. And then the front cover, obviously we did this together during the, you know, the collage cover video that I did. So if you haven't seen that and you wanted to see it, then it should be kind of buried in my videos, but quite recently. And then we obviously collaged up all these bunch of things. I won't go over it again because obviously I have done the video. And you've got the lace that obviously overhangs, which I just think looks really pretty. And again, obviously you also saw in the video, I've got my little hanging puffed pillow from, again, another one of the fabric pieces that we printed out. I love how that looks. I love this whole cover. It just, really yummy. Left lots of kind of strands and threads, and yeah, it just looks really my type of thing. So I really like how it turned out. So going inside, I've tried to be a bit adventurous again. So obviously, you know, I've talked before about my whole matchy thing. So I am trying to kind of mix up things. So hence I'm obviously using combination of the Paris Gallery with the Symphony Orchestra kit. And then I've also been, you know, what I consider super adventurous, because in this, on the inside cover and the inside of the back cover, I've incorporated a little bit of red, which, yikes, you know, for me that was kind of scary, adding another colour into what was effectively quite a kind of monochromatic kind of tone. But I think it worked really well, and I did only keep it on the inside and the outside covers just as a kind of special touch, you know, on them. So the inside covers are both, the front and back, slightly different in format, but they're collaged up with pieces of fabric. So in a kind of patchwork type style, and also a bit of handmade paper there, but, you know, predominantly fabrics. I then included This Journal Belongs To from the Paris Gallery kit, and that's just been backed onto some soft net and stitched around on the sewing machine. And that's a pocket there for one of the journaling pieces there from the Paris Gallery. So I'll just tuck that in like that. And then on the facing page, I've just got this huge pocket here with, again, some of the background page from the Paris Gallery. And I just doubled it over and stuck it down to make a pocket. And then I've just popped a ruffle up on the top. And then I just tucked in a little folding kind of flip there with some of the background page from the Paris gallery, and just pop that in like that. And then going over the page, we've got here again, did this on a or not necessarily a tutorial, a process video, so you've probably seen this before. This is that little paper bag with the pocket that we did, and my stumbled across this kind of bow type style trim. And then inside there I just made a little flip pad using some of the background pages, so you've got lots of pretty patterned pages on the kind of fronts of the pages, and then they're all plain on the back kind of for journaling. So I love how that looked, and just stapled it together, and obviously just popped some lace trim across the top, so that just tucks into there. And then tucked into the bag I popped in a piece from the Paris gallery kit. I didn't distress this or ink it. I'm going through a bit of a phase at the moment where I'm kind of quite liking things clean, if you know what I mean. And in this there is a mixture, because the symphony orchestra stuff I have coffee dyed, but I have only used that as the background pages, if you see what I mean. So you've got a kind of mixture, but I think it tied in really nicely. Here I've just got a big fold out kind of piece here, just taken from some of the background page and just kind of folded over, and some lace trim there, so that just tucks in there. Bit of stamping, and obviously this has been coffee dyed. Here again we did this in a little kind of process video, and I've just got layered up pieces on the front, and then I've done it as a tuck spot. So tucked behind you've got a little kind of booklet with just some pages there, or a couple of pages, and then also a vintage book page here, scenes from Shakespeare's plays, which I thought was kind of, quite nice imagery. That just goes in there. Down here I just put quite a rustic looking ruffle, so I just obviously stitched that on the sewing machine and glued that on, and then you've got a bow beneath, a little tiny bit of stamping on there. And then going over the page, we've got here a corner pocket, which I just made this from some of the background page, popped it onto some paper bag for kind of stiffness, and then just a word down there on some lace, and then lace trim down the side, and then I just popped in again some more of the background page, which I just made another little kind of folding piece. I mean, I love these background pages. I really love all these Parisian architecture and buildings. I could just look at them all day long. So for me, I really wanted to kind of incorporate lots of them in their kind of entirety, really. So yeah, just love them. So that's those. I did a bit of stamping in the corners, and then you've got some of the symphony orchestra kit, which hopefully kind of you'll think does tie in really nicely and go quite nicely and complement the Paris gallery kit. Obviously that was kind of a stretch for me to kind of obviously start to try and mix in things, but this is an ideal kit for me as a beginner of kind of integrating, because this one's very monotone in kind of just the blacks and creams and kind of beigey colours. It's quite easy to kind of mix it with other things, whereas some of the more colourful kits I'd struggle probably. I've got some vintage book page here, and then just here I've just popped another little image from a background page, which I've just glued down, and then just got some lace trim down here. Here I've just done another one of those little flip downs, a bit in the style of the Creative Cafe Girl ones that we did, but obviously this one's just from coffee dyed kind of card really, so it's not from the vintage sheet music or anything. And then I've just layered up some elements there. You've got some bling, just really pretty. And then I've done it as a pocket, so tucked in there I've just got a little journaling card. Here I just thought it would be nice to have a bit of lace trim going down the side. I'm just picking glue threads as I come across them, so I've just incorporated that, and obviously you've got stamping on the corners. This is one of my little 3 pockets from 2 envelopes pockets. So we did this obviously on the tutorial. So this is it in its entirety, and I just added on just a little piece of the background page, which I've just kind of glued on. As you can see, it did unfortunately get glued here, so I have got kind of a little piece of paper where it's kind of glued on. but you know, hopefully that doesn't kind of detract too much. And that obviously I tied in the two images, so it's kind of mimicking the image behind. So tucked in there, I've got a little journaling card in pocket number 1. Sorry, I did just knock the camera there. So a journaling card in pocket number 1. I've got a journaling card in pocket number 2. And then I've got another journaling card, which I kind of made here from a variety of items, and then just kind of layered up some lace and things. That's in pocket number 3. And then here I've obviously done it as a tuck spot. So you've got another journaling card, which again, I made from a variety of things layered up. And that just tucks in there. So, I mean, you've actually got kind of four places to tuck things, and obviously a little fold out flap. So, you know, quite good, I suppose, for space. Here I've just got a piece of fabric with some stitching and a bit of bling there. Got some more stamping in the corners, a bit more stamping, a doily, more of that symphony orchestra page. Here I've just made a little corner tuck spot. So again, just tucked in one of the pieces there. That's just made from some of the background page. Got some lace and bling. Here, this is the centre of the signature. I just left it plain. I just thought it was, you know, spoke for itself really. It's all been coffee dyed, and I've just popped down a fabric ruffle down the side. Then here, this is one of my new style pockets, which I've done these a couple of times. Now, I don't know whether I will have got round to doing a tutorial for this before this video goes up. I may or I may not have done. And then I just tucked in, this is some vintage ephemera that I got. It's just a copy of that on some coffee dyed paper. And I just literally ironed it, obviously, and folded it over, popped it in. I thought it went quite nicely in there. And then I just tucked in here in the pocket just a little ticket. So that just goes in there. And obviously another piece there from the Paris Gallery kit on some lace trim. And then just tucked in the side again, kind of matching this little piece here. You've got another journaling card in there. Bit of lace here. Again, that Symphony Orchestra page. Bit of stamping. And then here, this was the page that we did on the process video, I think, on the launch of the kit. So again, we've tied it in with the flower opposite, obviously. And then here we made a kind of folding kind of envelope page where we just tucked in a journaling card, obviously, and then we held the envelope closed. I'm still struggling to get this piece in. Held the envelope closed, obviously, with just the kind of label with the lace behind. So that just, you know, very simple but really nice. And then we've just got some fabric trim and a bow down there. And then this is from the Paris Gallery kit. It comes like this as a little booklet. And I just obviously attached another sheet for some extra journaling space. Tuck that in there. And then here, this is another one of those fabric items, which again, you've seen this obviously in the video that we talked about, kind of ideas for your fabric pieces. So that's that, bit of lace at the top. Then here, I think again, we maybe did this on a process video. I'm just going to move the paperclip from the next page. So we've just got a little folding kind of booklet. So you've got room for journaling here. Got a little pocket in here where I just popped in a little postcard from the Paris Gallery kit. Little item there on some lace, and then tucked in here, I just popped one of the tags from the kit, and that just tucks in here like a little kind of tuck spot. And it is also a little pocket behind as well, although I haven't popped anything in there, but that is another, you know, potential space. And this page is plain for journaling, but it had paper clipped onto it. Again, I showed these in my kind of ideas of how to use your fabric pieces. Made that into a paper clip. I was debating whether to have it as a tuck spot or a paper clip. I thought the paper clip was probably more versatile. And again, I just popped in some more of that gorgeous background page with the Arc de Triomphe there, and again, just kind of folded it over. And, you know, just to me, that just kind of doesn't really need anything else. It just looks really pretty on its own. And obviously that paperclip then assists in holding the booklet closed. So that's that. Obviously the rest of that vintage book page, Symphony Orchestra page, some sheet music. Bit of lace trim here and a little flower, some glue threads, and then here, this is another one of my new style pockets. Again, I don't know whether I've done a tutorial for those or not, but tucked in here, you've just got 3 of the pieces from the Paris gallery, and I just have attached them in the corner with a brad with a little fabric flower. So again, I mean, you could obviously kind of take them off if you didn't want them kind of attached, but you know, effectively that's kind of those, and they're plain on the back for journaling. I thought they were really sweet like that. So they just, oops, slot in there. And then tucked in this side, I just popped another one of those like flippy pads. Very skinny pieces on this one, but again, a few more kind of little pieces of scraps there, and it just says happy times at the top. And that just, oops, pops in there. And then this is also a pocket down here. So again, I've just popped in a journaling card there. And this also is actually a belly band. So I might even kind of leave that there. And then you've just got some bling down here, some lace, and yeah, obviously this is the belly band. So, you know, you've got quite a few pieces there again for doing your, you know, popping your pieces. Then on the next page, I just tied it in here with kind of some of the background page. And again, this is just a tuck spot. I didn't press anything in it because, as I say, I mean, originally I had obviously popped this tag in here, but the journal was really becoming so bulky that I actually removed it and decided not to pop it in there. But you know, you've got that, which I love how that cluster kind of turned out. It just, again, this is my type of thing. I just really love it. It looks really elegant and yeah, really nice. Then here I've done one of those triple kind of pockets. So you've got here some bits layered up and one of the tiny tags from the Paris gallery in there, and one of the bigger ones just popped in behind. I also did that as a pocket there. So again, you could pop something else in there, you know, should you want to. Plain for journaling, bit of fabric and a flower. This is one of my envelope booklets. So it just unties, you've got some lace and various bits layered up. And then inside you've just got here another little kind of folding piece just from some of the background page again. That just goes into the envelope. Just struggling around the tripod. And then you've got some extra pages here for journaling, and then another kind of page here, kind of just covering up the flap really of the envelope. So that's kind of another little kind of bonus page on top of the booklet itself. And that obviously ties with string. Love tying things up, kind of, as you know. So that's kind of that piece. And then on the final page, I mean, this really is quite a whopper. So, you know, this journal, I've got an envelope page here, a pocket here, just again, some of the background page, various bits layered up, little journaling card popped in there, some more vintage book page here, again, from the kind of Shakespeare kind of era, and that just tucks in here. And then, as you can see, this is kind of the inside of the back cover where I've got more of that beautiful collage going on. Absolutely loved how this turned out. And I've got this huge black velvet ruffle, which I just love, with this really long piece of bling there. So I just think that's a really nice way to finish the journal. This is a little bonus. So you've got a kind of inside pocket in the back cover, and you've got there another kind of mini journal that you can kind of pull out there, with obviously a variety of pages. So that's the entire... so sorry, my camera flicked off again there. So yes, literally at the back, you've got this huge kind of bonus kind of area where you've got this big massive pocket, and I just popped in another kind of little journal where you've got just some more pages there for journaling. They're random sizes and pieces of paper. But again, kind of just extra journaling space really, and it's just been stitched on the sewing machine, this one, and another one of those fabric pieces kind of on the front. So, you know, plenty of room for journaling in this book. So that's kind of it, and obviously the back is kind of plain. So yeah, I hope that you like it. It did turn out a bit of a whopper, I have to say, but you know, I'm really pleased with it. I think it turned out really pretty. Had fun doing the collage on the inside of the front and back covers. Oh, sorry. I don't know what's wrong with me today. I keep knocking the tripod. I do apologise. Yeah, I had fun doing the collage of the inside and the outside of the back covers. And, you know, obviously this is kind of what spurred me on to print the fabric. So, you know, I've learned quite a lot doing this journal. So it's been quite a kind of journey for me. So I hope that you guys like it. And obviously the journal is for sale in my Etsy shop, along with obviously the Symphony Orchestra kit used, and also the Paris Gallery kit, which I also have used. So hope that you like it. I'd love to hear your comments below. And yeah, thank you so much for tuning in, and I will hopefully see you all again next time. So thanks very much then. Bye.